What's up, guys? Wanted to come back on today's Saturday. Wanted to just get on here and do kind of a video, um, just talking about the things with you guys that no one else talks about in trading in this game of life, let alone trading. But the title of this video is called "I Wish I Never Took the Red Pill." Um, but here's the thing, you can't take the blue pill after you take the red pill because the blue pill would be ineffective after you take the red pill. And if you don't know what I'm referring to the scene in The Matrix in which he's offered to take the red pill and to know the reality of things, or to take the blue pill and stay asleep. Now, I've been on this journey of just trying to better my life, came out of addiction, kind of repurposed my addiction for the right things, but still, the same tendencies, right? But just striving, attaching, trying to grow in all these different areas of life. And a lot of it came through really understanding a lot of how things work and the system that I grew up in, the system that this country's in, namely America, but also the rest of the world, kind of tied down by oppression and injustice. And so trading for me, I believe I had a vision by God years and years ago. That's another reason, like, I kind of can't really step away from it ever, is because I believe it's what I've been called to. But even more than that, it's been something that will open your eyes to what's possible and to the way things really work when it comes to, I guess, the system of money. And it's something that I have been pouring every last bit of myself into for over 4 years now. And I will say it is like taking the red pill. And it is something, if I had to tell someone that is coming into this game, telling someone that's, curious, should they do it? I would say by no reason should you do it unless you're trying to start something that you will never ever be able to finish. And then when I say finish, I mean you can never step away from it and be the same that you were before you came into it. So if you ever start it, there's no giving up, and then one day, years and years and years and years go by, and you look back and you see, man, had I kept trading all of, for the last 15 years, all that time went by anyway, all the potentiality. You got to think about this. The fact that you or I have the ability to wake up, to go to our computer, click a button, and there's been days where, we've made $4 grand in 30 minutes, or you'll make 10 grand in a half hour, or you'll make $900 in 5 minutes, or you'll make $500 in 2 hours. Like, whatever it is, once you swallow that red pill, once you know what's possible, it completely takes away any other possibility of you settling into any other line of work and just being 100% content with doing it the rest of your life, right? Now, I 100% am an advocate of you got to play the game to get out of the game. But I'm also an advocate of work is good in that it's healthy, and you have to find something you love with a culture that you love, with people that you love, and you can build something alongside it. But I am in no place ever going to admit that I'm in the state of mind that is what you should rely on to provide for your future, your family's future. More so than anything, you should rely on God to provide for your future. But I do believe He's called us to be responsible, to use the faculties of our mind, to be renewed in our mind in a way to direct ourselves to that better future. So it's kind of our partnership with God, right? Now, here's the thing though. It's not just a straight shot. Whether you get a vision from God about the direction you're supposed to go in your life, whether you hit rock bottom and you're trying to just better yourself, whether you're getting into trading, whether you're getting into fitness, whether you're getting out of addiction, whether you're getting addicted to new things like that are probably beneficial for you, but they're still part of the ego trap. whatever it is, you have to know this, that it is going to test you beyond what you possibly thought you were capable of, and test you beyond all measures of commitment. And it is going to break you so ruthlessly, to the point where you're going to try to quit over and over and over again, but it will still leave you dissatisfied with the fact that you made all that progress and you gave up, and so you will never actually be able to give up. So the whole point in this is, I've tried to quit trading. I'm sure you've tried to quit trading, but if you swallow that red pill, you will never be able to just quit trading and go back to day-to-day life and know that you are not making progress towards the one thing that could truly set you apart financially from every other single industry. Every other single industry, you're a slave to some other type of thing, whether it be a person, whether it be a corporation, a business, whether it be a slave to someone regarding time. Like, there's nothing else that is going to be a solo business that you undertake on your own, a solo enterprise where you can really build at a massive scale and completely gain freedom when it comes to all the freedom from all the systems of the world. Here, I'm recording a video. Sorry, someone just walked in. The garage is not a good place to film videos when there's other people in the house. I'll tell you that much, because if you guys have been watching these last few videos, people keep walking in on me or opening the garage or something. So neither here nor there. But trading is the one thing that can set you apart when it comes to external freedom. There's nothing else externally that is going to grant that freedom other than trading. Here's the thing though, you and I will never get that external freedom if we don't get internally free first. And what I mean by that is we have to be freed from the old programs of our mind. And here's the thing though, those old programs are like a virus that is so deeply embedded in the system of your mind that after taking the red pill, it is literally like they are trying to choke out that knowledge of potential freedom, that knowledge of a higher view of what you're worth, a higher view of what God's called you to, a higher view of your purpose in life and what you're capable of. Because that default setting, that initial wiring, which is the super ego, there's three aspects of our being. Ego is like the one that everyone knows. The super ego is the part a lot of people don't know about, but that affects you more than the ego. Is probably what built the ego. And then the other one's the ID or the id, whatever it's called. And it's spelled ID. But the super ego is that part of your being that is wired you based on your environment, your culture, the house you grew up in, your influences, the things that you've seen that have come through the eye gates and the ear gates. And so really, to not my fault or your fault or anyone's fault necessarily, other than the corrupt system that we've grown up in, no matter what part of the world you're in, it's probably been corrupted to a high degree and intentionally so, to really just rewire humanity from the optimistic, the purpose-driven life into a default setting of complete negativity. And it just doesn't work like that. That bondage of negativity and pessimism does not work in trading, because trading is that thing that will set you free externally. But in order for anything to happen externally first, it has to happen internally. So the fact that the trading journey takes so long, it takes years, is because it's not because trading's hard or anything like that. The markets, like I just posted a recap video today, like the markets are super, super clear, but we literally project our internal struggles with that old programming into the markets day in and day out. You have to think about it. If 99% of people are losing money in trading, 99% of people could have made money in trading doing the exact opposite of what they were doing. It's literally a zero-sum game. It's literally black and white. If a stop loss gets hit, that could have very easily been your take profit had you just gone the other way. So it's like so on and so forth. We literally project our struggle into our trading, and that struggle is between the red pill and the blue pill. You're in this process of waking up, not just with trading, but in life. Once you open your eyes to the way things really are, and once you open your eyes to truth, you will see very quickly just how that's not what you thought you wanted to see. And so I'm talking beyond trading at this point, but if you really do seek the truth, and if God reveals it to you, there's this verse in Ecclesiastes that says, with much wisdom and knowledge comes sorrow and grief. And so when you first set off on that journey to take the red pill of wisdom and knowledge, it comes with much sorrow and grief. And so that's the whole point of this video, is saying, I wish I never took the red pill. And this is not something a lot of people say. It's not something a lot of people say. There's, what do they say? Ignorance is bliss. Now, you can't unknow something. Like, it's not like Men in Black where you could just, hey, I don't want to know that. Now you have to make a decision, right? With knowledge comes responsibility, and with responsibility comes decision making. And we all, including myself, have to make a decision. I've opened myself up to the truth. I've asked and I've sought for it. And there's a bug right here. Just zooming past my face. I've opened myself up to it, and I've desired to know it, and it did come with much sorrow, and it came with much grief. And that comes, that can be applied to just the knowledge of trading and the way the economy works, or it can be applied to the knowledge of just this system of life where the government literally prints money digitally. It's no different. I'm not even kidding. There's videos of them talking about money's printed digitally. They can literally type on a computer a number, and that creates it, and it's money. So money doesn't exist anymore. It's not backed by the gold standard anymore. It's not backed by gold. Like the US dollar is non-existent. It's unlimited. There's no limit to how much there is now in the world. Like, there's not a cap, and it doesn't exist anymore. And so you start to learn, okay, money's not even real. So what is money? Money's something they use to control us. How do they control us? They make us work for it in order to have things that are free already, like fruits, waters, like the stuff that the earth is producing itself. They're charging us for it, right? And it's this whole system literally designed based on the verse in scripture. See, the enemy knows scripture just as well as the people of God do, but it says the borrower is slave to the lender. And so the whole system's set up in a way where you have to work for your money, that it doesn't exist and there's no limit to it. And once you work for your money, you have to pay them their fair share of what you worked for, but you worked for it and they don't even need it. They say you need it for the schools and the roads, but they print it digitally. So if they need it, they could literally just type numbers on a computer and it's gonna be there. So they take a decent share too, but in America and other parts of the world even more so. So you start to learn these things, and then you're like, man, I just went to school my whole life, which is identical to the work week, and they're basically trying to get me to go to college and to get credit and to take a loan so that I can become enslaved to them. And then they're going to get me a good job, and then I'm going to be enslaved to that job where I'm going to work the same exact schedule that I worked the whole school week for middle school, elementary school, middle school, high school. It literally programs you. And so when we come to the markets with all of this garbage, this super ego that's literally formed us into a super, super, super default poverty-stricken mindset, like, it takes time to come out of that. It takes time to come out of that worker, that slave mentality, that indoctrination of oppression, and opening yourself up to, hey, it's not really all that hard that they said it would be. Imagine learning trading your entire time you were in school, and coming out of school, and now you're placing $100,000 trades, $250,000 trades, $1 million trades, because you've been learning it for 15 years. But instead they teach us nothing except to show up Monday through Friday for your 8 hours a day. They'll give you a lunch break in the middle, and to enjoy your weekend and come back the next week and do the same thing. And they waste the time there. And so it's just coming out of all that old feedback loops, that old programming that's literally absolutely destroying us and our potential to break out of it, because it at a subconscious level is so ingrained into us. And so, yes, taking the red pill gives you an opportunity to come out of all of that, but I'm gonna end this video with this. Taking that red pill does not guarantee that you'll come out of all of it. Taking the red pill just shows you what you're in, but you have to make the decision that no matter how long it takes, I'm gonna get up out of that even if it takes 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. But if you don't, you know you're gonna die. You're gonna die in that system. You're gonna die in that way of life that they wanted you in the whole time. And then by the end of your life, you're gonna be able to say one thing, and that's, man, they got me. And I'm not gonna do that. So I don't. We lost that 500K account recently. I don't care how long it takes. You guys know we're coming back strong. We're super dialed in with what we're gonna be doing this next week. We're gonna get back into a 50K account. There's no point in wasting time. We're gonna trade a 50K account, and we're gonna practice on that, right? Because we don't need to practice on demo money. So we're gonna be live streaming again this next week. But I had to make this video just to kind of share my thoughts. Because I took the red pill. If you're watching this, you likely did, or you're contemplating it. I wouldn't say do it, but I just wanted, I know this is relatable. I know some of you guys, if you've been on the journey long enough, you can relate to this big time. So that's it. That's it for this one. I am going to be live trading again this week, Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come check us out. It's going to be on YouTube. But yeah, follow, like, comment, subscribe if you got anything out of this at all. That's just the way you can pay it back to someone else, because that's going to tap us into the algorithm and share this with more people. But I just want you to know this. I understand where you guys are at. I understand this journey's hard. Sorry, I thought we just got cut off. I understand where you're at, though. I know how hard it is to keep going, but I even know this. I know how hard it is to not keep going too. And what I mean by that is I've so desperately for so long just wanted to quit and just be okay with quitting, but I can't. Like, there's something in me that won't allow it. And I know there's something in you that won't allow it too, and it's tough, like, because I want that thing to not be inside of me that just won't let me stop, right? That won't let me stop and just relax and not keep going. But I've taken the red pill, and I've got this drive where I'm gonna figure out how to break free of this system I've been placed in, and if I can't, I'm gonna die trying, and I'm gonna keep going day in, day out, day in and day out, and I'm gonna try to hopefully help the learning curve for other people as I do it, and I continue to level up and get more and more free from the system that they programmed us to be in. So I love you guys. This was a good one. I felt good doing this. There's a lot of gems in here for me. It helped me process them out loud. So I hope you guys got something out of it. I'll see you either on the live stream or on the next video, but I love you either way. Keep your head up.